Hey everybody, this is Mr. Ehlers, broadcasting to you live from my dining room. I want to first start this video off by just saying that I miss you all very, very much, and I very much wish that this was not something we had to do. I obviously much prefer seeing you all face to face and teaching with you and learning that way. Unfortunately, because of everything that's going on right now and what the circumstances in our world are, this is something that we're just going to have to deal with for the next little while. So I want to begin by again just wishing, and hoping that you're all safe and that you're all doing well. And again, hopefully in a few weeks, we'll be able to see each other again. God willing, this will, we'll be back together soon. In the meantime, though, I did want to take some time right now to walk you through what our online learning is going to look like for the next few weeks, and also talk about some of the big changes to class as it relates to your AP World History exams, because those are definitely changing. Okay, they're going to look very, very different, at least for this year. And so let's begin. Go ahead with the big news right now, which, as you can see, is that your AP exam is going to look very, very different. Okay, there's no more 3-hour and 15-minute exam. You're going to take your test at home. Okay, however, it's only going to be 45 minutes. That's the first big, big change. It's going to be much, much shorter. Now, what that means is that there's going to be no multiple choice on the exam. It's going to be all FRQs. We don't know at this point, and we won't know until April 3rd, what kind of FRQs they're going to be. So we don't know right now if it's going to be a DBQ, an LEQ, a set of SAQs. We don't know that yet. Okay, the College Board has said that they're going to announce that sometime April 3rd. And I don't know if that's going to come in the morning or later in the day. We also know that there will be 2 options for you to test while you are at home. One date will be in May, probably around the same day as your current exam. The other one will be later on, okay, probably in June. And again, we'll have exact days for those exams a little bit later. You can still earn your college credit. That's not changing. And it will still only test what you have learned up to that point. Now, for us in AP World, what does that mean? Well, let me get to that right now, okay? You will complete it at home. We know it's only going to be 45 minutes long, okay? We said there's not going to be any multiple choice. You'll be on a secure browser. You'll be writing some kind of an essay. Again, we don't know what that looks like yet, but we will as of April 3rd, okay? The other thing that we know, and this is important, is that it's only going to cover units 1 through 6. So units 7, 8, and 9 will not be on the exam. It'll only cover units 1 to 6. So it's going to be a much more abbreviated, shorter version of the exam for units 1 through 6 only. Now, that means that the last topics that are going to be covered, there's going to be nothing after the year 1900, which means that we're only looking at industrialization and imperialism as being the most recent topics. So imperialism would be the final topic, and then it would be everything that we covered before that would be on the exam. Okay, so none of the world wars are going to be on there. And again, nothing after that. Okay, so nothing after the year 1900. So before we start learning again on the 30th, because as you know, you get an extra week off. So before we come back on April 30th, there are on March 30th, there are 2 things that I need you to do. The first is please make sure you're a part of our Teams group. I set that up this afternoon, and I think I invited everybody. If you were not added to Mr. Ehlers' AP World History 2019-2020 page, please reach out to me. Please let me know so that I can get you onto that page. The second thing that you have to do is you need to get a program called Zoom. Okay, it's completely free, and you have 2 options. If you want to watch the lessons and the videos from your smartphone or your tablet, you need to download the Zoom app. Okay, and again, it's completely free. The other option is if you're going to be using a laptop, or you're going to be using a desktop, you need to download an extension onto your computer for Zoom. Again, it's completely free, but this is the software that we're going to be using for our live lessons. Okay, and I'll explain what those are going to look like right now. So when we start up again on March 30th, when we start up again and we start our e-learning, okay, what's that going to look like? Well, it's going to be different, certainly, but we're going to do our best to make it work. I'm going to be scheduling 3 lessons every week, 3 live lessons. They'll be about 45 minutes long, which is, a little bit less than 1 class period, and they will be on Zoom. So you'll log into Zoom at the appointed time. I will give you ahead of time, I'll give you a code to how to get into our meeting. You'll log in and I'll teach the class that way. Okay, that's going to be the first thing. They will be done, or we'll be doing those 3 times a week. If for some reason you miss a lesson, it's not ideal. It's not the end of the world. And I will be posting the videos of the lessons afterwards, so you can go back and you can rewatch them. The second thing, okay, with these lessons, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of lecture involved in them. That's not what I like. That's not what you like. I'm going to try to make them as interactive as I can, and I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can during the lessons. But it will be a lot of lecture, so just understand that, okay? That's just the nature of what it is we're doing right now. Now, in terms of assignments and in terms of your grades, okay, we will be completing 2 assignments every week. You'll be submitting them on Teams, and they will be due every Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. You can submit them earlier. They just have to be submitted by Sunday night. So you can always work at your own pace, and you can always submit them anytime that you finish with them. So 2 per week, due Sundays at 11:59 p.m. every week. Okay. Everything that we're going to do from here on out, now that we know that the test will only cover units 1 through 6, everything that we do from here on out will be a review of those units 1 through 6. Okay. So starting on March 30th, we'll be going back to unit 1, and we'll be kind of working our way through some of those older topics, that maybe we need to review before we get to our AP exam. Okay. We will cover the modern world eventually, so we will get back to the world wars in the modern world, and ironically enough, the last unit in the course actually includes a whole section about disease. We'll be covering that after the test, okay? So we will eventually be going back to that, but for right now, I think it's going to be most prudent for us to focus on the topics that we now know will be covered on our AP World exam, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, I think that covers pretty much everything that I wanted to say right now. I will be in touch with you guys again before next Monday, before March 30th. I'll be reaching out to everybody again, kind of going over everything and making sure that we're all set up. In the meantime, though, if you do have any other questions, please reach out to me. Please ask me. Okay, you can message me on Remind. You can email me. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay. Otherwise, I just want to say I miss you all very, very much. And I look forward to seeing you all soon, first virtually, and then hopefully after April 15th, seeing you all again in person. Okay, so guys, have a wonderful night, and I'll be in touch soon. Be safe. Miss you guys. Bye-bye.